the sparks start flying after the number 82 of Terry Pinkerton gets hung up on a rim out there. He's got his rim, I believe, or drive shaft kind of hooked up in between. The underneath side of the 82 definitely not having some good luck after he got ran up on top of that rim that's out there. The 921 right in front of him. That's Kevin Gaffin out of Manchester, nose to nose with the number 401 of Roger Hickman out of Shelbyville, Indiana. 04R Richard Heiss out of Tiffin, sponsored by Seneca Corps. Here comes the 401 of Roger Hickman. He's got the 11 of Steve Neese right in behind him, and making it a threesome is going to be the number 921 of Kevin Gaffin out of Manchester, Ohio. Doggone, it looks like the number 82 is out of commission right now. Got hung up on that rim out there, and it was just enough. Looks like a 23 had ran out of time. He was up on the wall and not able to get that machine running again. Now we do have 8 of them left right now. The 727 down on this end. Tim Seitz out of Kitten. And circling the wagon is going to be the 129. And I'll tell you what, the 727 just took one heck of a good hit by the 401. That's Roger Hickman. And the 129, I'll tell you, he's been doing a good job running down there, putting on a real good show. That's Eric Bennett out of Massillon, sponsored by Dragonfly Entry. And the 129, my goodness, I'll tell you what, he came down to put on another excellent hit. That's Eric Bennett out of Massillon, the 129. He was going nose first into the 727 of Tim Seitz out of Kenton. Following him was the number 401 with a good hit. That's Roger Hickman out of Shelbyville, Indiana. Sponsored by West Side Auto. All these guys do a heck of a good job driving here in heat number 3. Oh, big money heats. The 2011 Bash for Cash. Again, we do appreciate everybody weathering the storms out here today. The weather has been cold and rainy. You guys are certainly true fans of the sport of Demolition Derby. We do appreciate it ever so much. And the 921 looks like it's having a little bit of technical problems. Kevin and heads down to make contact with Steve Neese in the number 11. in number 11, Steve Neese, is almost ready to go for a bit of a wild ride. And I'll say the 921 is starting to get a little bit on the tired side. I'd say Kevin Gaffin's having a little bit of problem getting his machine going. Referees do have him on the timer right now. We'll see how much time he's got left. Hopefully things will work his way and he'll be able to get it refired, but they've definitely gone through a lot of punishment and abuse. We may get... That's it. Hold them up. Hold them up, drivers. Hold them up. That's going to be it. That will be it. We do have the ones that are going on into the feature event right now, but I will need some numbers from the officials. Okay, the following drivers did make it into the feature event, and the cars will need to go to impound. That's the 727 Tim Seitz out of Kenton, the 11 Steve Neese out of Ottawa, the 131 Sean Cook, 401 Roger Hickman, the JR1 Tony Jenkins, the 04R Richard Heights, and the 129 is Eric Bennett. All those lock up right now. We are going to impound those for just a little bit so that everybody has the same amount of time to work on them. Out of Crestline, the numbers Junior out of Tiffin, sponsored by Seneca Corps. Derek Divers in the 109. Donnie Rutherford is in the number 47. He's here out of Hamilton. The 102, Dusty Drew out of Washington, Indiana. The 00, Josh Henry out of St. Paris, sponsored by Hot Wheels Springfield Thompson Speed Shop. The 03, Brandon Wyrick out of Fort Recovery, sponsored by Piper Transmission. The number 24, Jason Schilling out of Marshfield, Wisconsin, sponsored by Schilling Auto Sales. The number 72 is Travis Schilling out of Dorchester, Wisconsin, sponsored by Schilling Auto Sales. Number 83, Will Garton out of Spencer, Wisconsin. The number 42, Matt Schilling out of Auburndale, Wisconsin. Lock it up, that's it, we got them all. 16 on the track right now. Give them a countdown, starting with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let them go. Okay, the action is underway here in the fourth heat of the big money cars. Everything going pretty well in the early goings. And the 102 coming down the infield side of the track, Dusty Drew out of Washington, Indiana. Right out there in the middle is Junebug, Caleb Joy out of Grelton, Ohio, sponsored by Safety Grooving and Gliding. The 109 coming around the bend right now, that's Dave Diver out of Canfield. And already it looks like the heat number 4 is kind of out here to Derby a little bit earlier than the previous one, just by a skosh. I'll tell you, these guys kind of splitting the track and heading them down. Seth Gibson, the 218X, here out of Bell Fountain, sponsored by Kirby's Auto Parts. Up in front of the announcer stands the number 83. It's going to be Will Garton out of Spencer, Wisconsin. The 7X, Zach Campbell out of Crestline, Ohio. Do have the number 03 in town right now, and that's Brandon Wyrick out of Fort Recovery. Junebug is on the move. He's got the whole middle of the track to himself. The 313, Jason Cook out of Wilmington, sponsored by Cook's Auto. 102, Dusty Drew of Washington, Indiana. Came pretty good ways. He's out here. Got 313 right next to him. The 72 was momentarily over there. That's Travis Schilling out of Dorchester, Wisconsin. Okay, we do want to let everybody know that coming up after Heat 4 is going to be the stock car class. So the stock cars, you will be up next. Following the stock cars, we will do the mini trucks. So mini trucks is after the stock cars. Stock cars, then the mini trucks. This in, we got the number 03, Brandon Wyrick out of Fort Recovery, spinning around side by side with the number 72 of Travis Schilling out of Dorchester, Wisconsin. Another Wisconsinite out of Marshfield, Wisconsin, Jason Schilling in that number 24, side by side with Junebug at the present time. Side of the 42 of Matt Schilling out of Auburndale. Do have number 47 right down on this end. That's Johnny Rutherford out of Hamilton, Ohio. Okay, he's kind of swinging her around side by side with the 72, heading down to the far end of the track before he gets nosed in to Dusty Drew. out of Washington, Indiana. And look out, because the 42 is on the move. That's Matt Schilling going back-to-back and bumper-to-bumper with Caleb Joy in the June bug machine out of Relton, Ohio. 24 throwing her in drive and putting the hammer down. That's Jason Schilling out of Marshfield, Wisconsin. I believe we still have all the vehicles still running here in the fourth heat. You have quite a bit of sparks flying out at number, it's a 25X, best I can see from here. Going to keep a close eye on that vehicle. In comes Will Garton in the 83. Almost like a starter's hung up. The way it's kicking out the sparks. Dave Divers in the 109 out of Canfield. Down at the far end of the track at the present moment. Matt Schilling in that number 42. Travis Schilling is in the 72. Out of Wisconsin. A couple more Wisconsinites, the number 83 and the number 24. That's Jason Schilling in the 24 and Will Garton in the 83 out of Spencer, Wisconsin. Vernon Heights Jr. is out of Tiffin in the 04. Brandon Wyrick out of Port Recoveries in the 03. Zach Campbell, 7X out of Crestline. Donnie Rutherford in that number 47. Just lost sight of it. Not sure if he's the one stalled out right there. I believe it might be. Leslie Chisholm's in the 78 out of Andyville, Kentucky. Getting a little hard to read some of the numbers. 102, Dusty Drew out of Washington, Indiana. Side by side with 313 is Jason Cook. Wilmington. Jason Benham's in the 25X, and of course Junebug. That's Caleb Joy. Caleb down at the far end in the Junebug machine trying. He's got her going down a little bit of help with the 83. Will Garton right in behind him. I believe Vernon Heights Jr. is currently stalled out. Not a lot of movement out of the 04. And they're definitely packing them in because Paul Crazy at 313. Jason Cook trying to pack them in down there pretty tight. See a lot of concrete flying around down at that far end as they're making their way on down to 42. Matt Schilling trying to unwedge himself. He's got a long drive up here in the back. Being from Wisconsin, I think he kind of got pegged in, and the 04's got his machine going yet again. Being sure he's still in the run as he goes down to make contact with the 78. That's Leslie Chisholm. And they are packing them into the work, but that doesn't stop the number 7X. X stays right. Jason Schilling definitely knows serious work. Whole middle side of the track, definitely. backing in right now and opening up. I think the 109, excuse me, that's the 102 of Dusty Drew. Indiana wants to keep the number 42 right where he can keep a good hold of it. And the 102, yep. Doggone it, looks like the 42's time ran out. Matt Schilling drove a heck of a good heat. And the 102 looks like, I believe he's out as well. That was Dusty Drew out of Washington, Indiana. And of course the 42, Matt Schilling, all the way here from Auburndale, Wisconsin, sponsored by Schilling Auto Sales. Like 102 is currently out. 72 kind of mashing his way in. Travis Schilling out of Dorchester, Wisconsin, sponsored by Schilling Auto Sales. Caleb Joy coming into the mix right now. Down the far end, right in front of the announcer stand. He's side by side with the 83. That's Will Garton. Looks like the 72 will be out of time. Like the number 24 finding himself up on top of the log. Concrete barricade. There comes plumb crazy in the 313, Jason Cook out of Wilmington. Comes the 218X of Seth Gibson out of Bell Fountain, sponsored by Kirby's Auto Parts. Garten out of Spencer, Wisconsin. Up on his side, and my goodness, almost went over, but didn't quite do it to it. Luckily, was able to keep that thing down on all fours. And the car is definitely getting a little bit on the warm side, including the number 47, Donnie Rutherford out of Hamilton, being followed by the 04, Vernon Heights Jr. out of Tiffin, sponsored by Seneca Coors. Getting spun around. That's Dave Diver out of Canfield, Ohio. Still got Junebug out on the track. That's Caleb Joy, right about track central at this moment in time. And right next to him is going to be that number 7X, Zach Campbell out of Crestline, Ohio, side by side with the number 24 of one of those Wisconsin drivers. Still in the mix. And the number 47 is shooting some coolant. Pretty well up in the air right now. 7X definitely getting a little bit shorter as the night proceeds. Trying to get the attention of one of the drivers. We do have 4 of them down on this end of the track. The 03 being one of those drivers. That's Brandon Wyrick out of Fort Recovery, sponsored by Piper Transmission. I see the number 47 of Donnie Rutherford. Like he's chasing down Seth Gibson at this moment in time. There goes the 00, Josh Henry out of St. Paris, making some contact with Brandon Wyrick. And a very nice hit. I believe that's the number 47. It certainly is. Donnie Rutherford out of Hamilton. Going back to back with Leslie Chisholm in the 78. Leslie repaying the favor all the way from Andyville, Kentucky. Looks like these two drivers still mixing it up. I think Junebug may be having a bit of a rough time out there. Junebug, Caleb Joy out of Grelton is on the timer. Henry in the 00 coming back down. And doggone it, there goes Junebug running out of time. Another one. goes the number 24. I think he's got a little bit of a beef with that other driver down there. That's Jason Schilling from Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, to be exact. He went all the way down the track trying to find out. That was the 7X that he was after. That was Zach Campbell out of Crestline. Went all the way down to that far corner and gave him a little bit of a friendly Wisconsin greeting. Jason Schilling putting the hammer down. Seth Gibson in the 218X coming back. And here comes Plum Crazy. That's the 313 of Jason Cook. Is that 78 that's out? Well, we did just lose one more driver. I can see some movement in 8 vehicles down there, so we do have 8 of them left. Well, one's going to have to be disqualified. The rest of them can move on to the big money round. And speaking of that, we do still have that raffle car available. If you're so interested. There are definitely 8 vehicles running. I do see Seth Gibson in the 218, the 00. Movement out of the number 24. 03. Have the 7X still moving. Zach Campbell, 313. I believe that was 109. Diver. I believe that's the 47 as well. Yep, those are the 8 vehicles we got. One of them will have to be disqualified. Josh Henry nosing into the side of the 109 of Dave Diver. Dave's trying to pack him into the end there right now. 24 not sticking there too long. That's Jason Schilling out of Marshfield, Wisconsin. Do have drivers in the mix. I know they do have quite a haul. Not exactly sure what part that is, but I've been out to Wisconsin quite a few times, but I'll tell you, it is a decent haul from this part. And 24 just took a heck of a hit from the 109 Dave Diver out of Canfield. Threw caution to the wind. And the 7X doing the same thing, kind of nosing into the side. That 24 has kind of got a... That's it. I believe that is it. Hold them up, drivers. Hold them up. 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 That's going to be it. Right there is... Oh. The 00 of Josh Henry's moving on. The 7X also moving on. That's Zach Campbell. The 24, one of those Wisconsin drivers, Jason Schilling out of Marshfield. Moving on into the feature event. Also getting the flag. I can't quite make the number. That's number 47, Donnie Rutherford. The 313 of Jason Cook out of Wilmington. Seth Gibson in the 218X out of Bell Fountain. And I believe the 03 made it, right? Yeah. And then I think that, yeah, the 03, that's... Okay, the 03 is the last one. That's Brandon Wyrick out of Fort Recovery. So once again, the 313, Jason Cook. The 47, Donnie Rutherford. 7X, Zach Campbell. The 03, Brandon Wyrick. Josh Henry in the 00. Jason Schilling in the 24. And Seth Gibson in the 218X. All advancing to the big money round. We'll see. Okay, the number 74, Kevin Grimes out of Sydney. Number 17, Andrew Davis. Excuse me, that was the 25. That was Justin Dre out of Lima. Sponsored by Phoenix Auto Wrecking. The number 316, Ben Hauer out of Wapakoneta, sponsored by DJ Auto Parts. We are waiting for the number 17 of Andrew Davis in the C4JR, Dustin Camp. Need two more cars out to the track. The 17 of Andrew Davis and the C4JR. It's going to be the last call. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let him go. And the action's underway here in the stock car class. The number 74 of Kevin Grimes, first one off the line. He's here out of Sydney, sponsored by Alexander's Auto Service. And the number 316 to Ben Hauer out of Wapakoneta in the 316, kind of getting the squeeze play with the 25 of Dustin Dre on the far end, and the 74 round in the corner. That's Kevin Grimes out of Sydney. And with a little bit of a shove, the number 25, Justin Dre, got popped off of there by Kevin Grimes out of Sydney. And that almost looks like a choreographed dance. Check out the 316. These guys are wanting to rock and roll. They just trying to make contact. And they finally did. Ben Hauer, I believe, has got him pushed up on top of that concrete barricade wall. He's going to leave him and head down to the far end. We'll see if the 25 leaves him there. That's Justin Dre. And a back-to-back bumper-to-bumper shot between the 25 of Justin Dre and the 316 of Ben Hauer. The 316 gonna pop down to the bottom side of the track. .25 coming down in a big, pretty well clip. These guys are going to have to watch the driver's door, but I'll tell you, it's just one of the things, the way they're going round and round in circles. That was Justin Dre in the 25. Doggone it, the number 20 or 74 already out of contention. That's Kevin Grimes out of Sydney, sponsored by Alexander's Auto Service. The number 25 is going to have a rider up on top of it. That's the 316 of Ben Hauer.
Is it not on the whole time?
That was the 74 of Kevin Grimes up on top of the barrier walls. Two of them left. 25 of Justin Dre and Ben Hauer in the 316. And it looks like a 316 of Ben Hauer is up on top of that 25, hoping to find his way off, which he just did. Uh-oh, looks like it may be kind of hooked up together. That didn't last too long. They do have a little bit of running room now. The 25, and I think Ben Hauer is now up on the wall. And I think the 25's now hooked on, so we got both of them hooked together. And if nobody happens to be able to move, the 25 might just be the winner. I think that might just about be it. As soon as the time rolls out, these guys are watching it, keeping them on the timer. Okay, that's going to be it right there. The last one to make contact, and the winner here is the number 25, Justin Dre. First place going to the number 25, Justin Dre out of Lima, sponsored by Phoenix Auto Wrecking. Now, if you are in the mini trucks, the 355, Mike Griffin out of Hamilton. I've got 11 or 10. And the 89.3, Alex Vasco out of Berkey, Ohio. Yeah, we were still waiting on the 275, the 702, and the 707. Looks like we've got one of them coming around right now down at the far end. A Jennings. We still don't have the 275 or the 702. This is the last call. Last call. You've got 1 minute to get to the track. Are ready? Starting with 5, 3, 2, 1. Let them go. And the action's underway here at the truck event at the Smash It. Tim, you on here? And doggone it, looks like the 89.3 Alex Vasco out of Berkey, Ohio. Sponsored by Yes FM is out of contention. He drove with the 355 of Mike Griffin. The 275, Mark McCord out of Georgetown. Must catch the early goal. 7 still in. Okay, we are down to just 3 vehicles left. All 3 of them are guaranteed some prize money. The 275 is Mark McCord out of Georgetown. The 63 is Michael Frederick out of Muncie, Indiana. And the 355 is Mike Griffin out of Hamilton, Ohio. Looks like we have something going on here. Done. Is the 355 done? 250. You say he is done? He's got 30. Okay. There. Got fire. Okay, we got fire in the number 63. Kind of lit up, so that's going to be it. Got a little bit of flyer coming out of the hood of the number 63. So the winner is going to be the 275. Second place is the number 63. And third place is a 355. So again, first place, Mark McCord in the number 275 out of Georgetown. He's going to take home $250. Second place is the number 63 of Michael Frederick out of Muncie, Indiana. And third place is the 355 of Mike Griffin out of Hamilton, who's going to walk away with $80 tonight. So congrats. Okay, looks like the number 3X Brett Lay out of Oak Harbor is the first one on the track. Following him is the 1226 Chad Dunlap out of Marysville, sponsored by the Juggalo Mafia. Here comes the number 327 Carter Smith out of Gallipolis, sponsored by King Cutter 2. The J1 Josh Cohen out of Nelsonville, sponsored by Muffler Express. The number 45R E.J. Heron out of Waynesfield, sponsored by Ron's Barn. The number 229 Jason Shively out of St. Mary's, Ohio, sponsored by Douglas P. Fay Construction. The 901 A.J. Harvey out of Hamilton. Ramrods in the 038, that's Tim Bilacki out of Woodstock, sponsored by the Derby Factory. The number 43, Andy Larkins out of Waynesfield, sponsored by myself. The number 11X, Tony Miller out of Gloucester, sponsored by Williams Custom. And the number 43, sponsored by, that's Zach Lease out of Salem, Ohio, is behind the wheel of the 43. 4, 3, 2, 1, let them go! And the mini cars are underway, and everybody is out running here in the early going of the mini car event. The Buzz Bombs are definitely hooking up out here today. The track is dialed in for these guys, and I'll tell you what, these Buzz Bombs may be smaller vehicles, but they definitely have plenty of might to them. And Ramrod in the 038 coming down the track. That's Tim Bilacki. And it looks like the 1226 of Chad Dunlap's getting a little bit on the warm side right now. And hold on to your helmet there, 43. Zach Lee's taking a hit from the 11X of Tony Miller out of Gloucester. Gloucester, that's pretty good ways down south. These guys are just a little bit of a piece from home. Here comes a 45R E.J. Heron out of Waynesfield, sponsored by Ron Bard. And a pretty smart move by the 327 Carter Smith, letting loose of that steering wheel when he was taking a shot in the nose from the number 43. Zach Lease was spinning that steering wheel around, and the doggone it looks like the 1226 is still up on that barricade. Those things are very unforgiving, and these little small cars just usually don't have the time to, my goodness, watch out. The J1 went for a wild ride. That was Josh Cohen And the 43, Zach Lease, I'll tell you, is taking no prisoners. He had to hammer down. These guys out when they're up on the concrete barricades. Hold him up, hold him up, hold him up. Hold him up, hold him up. Hey, looks like we're ready to turn him loose and let him go. The action's back underway. Number 45R, Harry J. Heron, heading out the far end of the track. Watch out there, Bubba. Woo! See your light flash before your eyes. Well, the J1 finally ran out of time.
I saw your light flash before mine.
Number 43, Andy Larkins out of Waynesfield, spinning around the way, looking around and going to split the difference down in between there. The 45R, E.J. Heron, had his driver's door kind of right in the way. The 901, A.J. Harvey out of Hamilton, all of them kind of mashed in the middle. Looks like we have 7 vehicles left running. We are going to pay $1,000 to win, $200 for second. Third place will get a trophy. $1,000 to win, $200 for second, and a trophy for third. Unless you wanted to be back. And we got the 901, A.J. Harvey out of Hamilton. Still very much in the mix of things. He's out there mixing it up with Andy Larkins in that 43. The 11X of Tony Miller out of Gloucester. Side by side with the 45R of E.J. Heron. E.J. taking a shot in the nose from the 901. And I think he might almost took another shot, but the 901 kind of stopped just in the nick of time. Seven vehicles still running. A little bit of a flash coming out of the plate. I believe that might be the 3X. Brett Lay out of Oak Harbor. 327 of Carter Smith out of Gallipolis. And a 45R E.J. Heron out of Waynesfield, blowing quite a bit of smoke out of his automobile. The 038 of Tim Bialacki right now is kind of hooked onto the number 901. That didn't last very long. These two guys mixing it up. There comes the 11X back into the mix. I'll tell you what, these little buzz bombs definitely putting on a good show. Got a lot of running room out here, and they are hooking up very well tonight. Jason Shively down at the far end. Looks like he's counted out. We do have a few of them. Do want to thank all these drivers for coming out. The J1 Josh Cohen got hung up on the walls along with the 1226 Chad Dunlap. All of these guys did a fine job coming out here. Again, we appreciate them coming out to the Bash for Cash, starting off the 2011 Demolition Derby season. The 901 definitely getting a good head of steam build up as he went into the side of the 11X. That was Tony Miller on the receiving end and A.J. Harvey dishing out that last hard hit. The 038 Tim Bialacki out of Woodstock sitting there side by side. He's going to take a heck of a hit from, I believe that was the 327 of Carter Smith. Carter kind of pushing his way through. Doesn't look like Carter's got the old power steering. He's got the Armstrong version. Uh-oh, somebody just lost a whole lot of front end. And doggone it, the 038 Tim Bialacki is out of contention, removing the flag from his doorpost.
What's the number on the phone right there by Junior that lost? Like needs a slight front end alignment. What's that? The camera?
Brett Lay is in the 3X. He's going to need a little bit of a front end alignment on that machine right there. I've never seen a wheel hang out that far in front of an automobile. And I'll tell you, the 3X of Brett Lay is doing all he can to try to get that thing going, but it just didn't have enough. Doggone it. He's here at a Oak Harbor. The Great Migration's coming this way. Looks like the number 45R, E.J. Heron, trying to get his machine refired right now. We got a little bit of smoke burgling up. Still see movement out of 4 of them. And the 45R trying to get refired. The number 43 of Andy Larkins out of Waynesburg. He may be down to the last few. About 4 vehicles left running. I think the 45R has run out of time. The 45R done. The 45R is out of time, so we are down to just 4 vehicles left. 4 of them left. We're going to pay $1,000 to win, $200 for second, and a trophy for third. Hey! Well, we do have 3 spots to pay. 2 of them is going to get cash. The third one's going to get a trophy. One of these drivers will walk away with nothing. Taking a mighty close look at a few of these drivers' gas tanks. That's the one thing that does tend to get a little bit loose on some of these vehicles pretty quick like. Vehicles still left. 4 of them battling it down to the last mini car running. Things getting a little more serious now as the 11X Tony Miller out of Gloucester putting the hammer down as he smashes into the side of the number 901 of A.J. Harvey. So got the number 43 in the running. And the 327. Number 43 taking a lot of punishment and abuse out there. He's definitely getting folded up.